Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Still happy new day of January. Actually, it's already to start this new year. It how to spend money wisely. You probably aren't doing. By Philip Taylor, a CPA fellow who has a blog with regard to how to make money out of your money, for example. In other words, spend money as you need it, but don't spend something which does not by yourself. So, what is the first thing that you should be? First, make a list of what you value, of what you need. The best way to spend more wisely is to align your spending with your values. Are you even aware of personal values? Take a moment to write down the things that are most important to you in life. Is it security for your family? Is it success in business? Is it helping others? So, you likely have a combination of values. So, write it down. Am I spending money on things I value? Then ask, am I spending my money on things that aren't in my value system? Doing this little exercise will give you some clarity and help you guide into thinking consciously about your spending, putting out or spending money because it's very difficult to if you don't have income and you're putting out always outcome. Remember, no income, then you have always spend and spend. There is still February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and the whole cycle of the year. Where do I get this money to spend? Now, because of my passive income and online book writing, I earn also a little amount from my publisher, but this is not, perpetual. This is just every after 6 months or 7 months, twice a year, for example. So it is annually I'm receiving. So you have to write down what you value before spending your money. Number two, make a list of things you really enjoy. What brings you happiness? Identify those things and then ask yourself if you are spending your money in those areas. More importantly, ask yourself why you are spending on things that aren't on that list. Number three, make a list of places, things, or people that cause you to make poor spending choices. So if you can identify these weak points, then you can bring to live your life in a way that helps to avoid some of these spending spots. Too many people spend money they earn to buy things they don't want, to impress people that they don't like. See, you don't need to impress people because of you have money. You impress yourself because that is your money. Review your regular spending for things to eliminate. When was the last time you wrote down your list of monthly bills? Take a moment to do a thorough spending review now. List out all of your required spending for the month. This includes rent or mortgage, insurance, debt payment, utilities, services, etc. So first of all, you prioritize food, then rent, then you have some utilities bills, for example, electric, water bill, and so on. But because I'm just renting one room, so it's just room rent, my food. Of course, I have a loan, and it will only last up to February. Review your regular spending to identify things to reduce. Could you call the provider and ask for a better rate? Could you call a completing provider to see if you can reduce your rates by switching? Create a budget. How do you create your budget? A budget is simply a plan for your money. If you know your expected income next month, write the number. Then start planning that money to different things. Start writing down each purchase you make. What do you make? Of course, food. Switch to only cash. Do not make spending on credit cards. Implement a sleep on it rule. What does it mean? Decide today that for any purchase over a certain amount, you will sleep on it. It could be one night, a week, 30 days, whatever. Just allow some breathing room in between. Decide your decision to buy later on, something like that. I do not have that money. Put future spending on a calendar. Put a certain, calendar for every spending. For example, you went to, or you came from market, for example, today. Tomorrow, you don't need to go. You don't need to visit your market every now and then. What you will do is content, okay? Satisfy yourself what is available there. If necessary, then 2 days or 3 days after, you can visit the market if it's necessary. Now, the most important is water, food, all right? If you have simple commodity, commodities, for example, then set aside also some amount for your clothing, for example. And that is how you spend money. So how to spend money wisely in 2022 is you have to write down those necessary versus unnecessary things to buy before putting out your money. If that is money for good for 2 months, then you have to set aside that is good for 2 months. Because we do not have enough budget, so you don't need to buy this that is not important. Okay? So this video will give you some suggestions before you go to market. As I said, write down the necessary things to buy before you enter the shoe mart or to a super mall. You have the list to check on before picking up anything inside the mall. And of course, you should have the receipt whenever you go to the market to check out how much really per item. Then later on, you check which one item is not necessary really. Why this item, okay, there in your basket. For example, you ask yourself, okay, for example, so I have to buy 2 pieces already because next month or next week or after 2 weeks, for example, I have to buy another 2 pieces, not to buy every day, part of soap, for example. So it's up to you. It's up to you to spend how wisely, for example. So this is just a suggestion from CR Channel 2022. Okay? Thank you very much. Happy New Year. Please subscribe, like, and share CR Channel 2022. Thank you. Happy New Year again.